So we've talked about the WordPress dashboard not changing for many, many years and it needing some kind of overhaul. Well, today I'm going to show you a plugin that radically changes the whole WordPress dashboard and converts it into more of an operating system style. Let me show you what I'm talking about, and then we'll talk about how you can get this for yourself. So this is your traditional dashboard in WordPress. I've got a bunch of plugins, WooCommerce, things like that installed. It looks a bit of a mess. Well, let's just switch this to desktop mode. And now we're in a completely different place. Now, sure, you've still got the same information inside here, but you'll see that this whole setup is radically different. We now have draggable windows. You can close these windows down. You can open them back up. You can maximize them. You can open up multiple windows. Let's open up posts. Now we have posts. We can arrange these if we want to. So now you have a much better interface. You'll also notice at the bottom, we've got a kind of dock that shows us our plugins. And we also have a code option. So if you want to open this up, we've got a code option inside here. We've also got AI. So we can ask AI from here as well. So we integrated this into, in my case, ChatGPT. But this opens up a lot of really useful little possibilities. But before we take a look at some more options here, how do you find this and how would you get it for yourself? And I'll also link to the GitHub where you can access information about this, the file itself, and so on. So there's a full repo here. You can see we've got desktop mode. We can try this in Playground if you want to. So if you want to just try this without installing anything on any kind of site, you can open up a Playground and you can test it directly inside here. So you can see we can switch to desktop mode and we're into desktop mode. So you can try it should you want to. There's also a detailed overview by Nick and some more information about the current state, what you can do with it, how you can use it, all those kinds of things. So have a look through this GitHub article. It'll show you how to get access to it. If you want to download the zip file for the plugin itself, you can do that and install it. Obviously, install this on a demo site. Don't install it on a live site, just in case things go a little bit squiffy. It's a pretty cool setup. So let's have a look. So what's the benefit of having something set up like this? Well, the fact you can have multiple windows open at the same time means that it's easy now to work between different things. So say, for example, you were working on a post and you want to copy some information in multiple different blocks from a post to a new post. Well, that would normally mean you've got multiple tabs open and you have to switch back and forth between those tabs. Or you have multiple browser windows open and do the same there. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. But having it natively inside the dashboard of WordPress could be pretty useful, especially if maybe you're on a smaller screen. You know, there's a lot of reasons why you may want to use something like this. And whether you take this seriously or you think it's a bit of fun, I do think there's some nice things we can take away from this that maybe open up some additional possibilities to how we could see the dashboard of WordPress be updated. So let's take a look. Let's close this one down. Let's open up another posts. Say open new posts, and we can do the same thing from here. We can select this and we can arrange this. Say tile all windows. We now have tiles. So now we can say we could come into this particular post and this particular post. And from there, we can easily copy anything we want from any of the different sections. So you may want to grab something from here where you could copy that, you come over and you could paste it in. It's just a nice, simple way of working in an OS type setup that we're kind of all used to. Whether you're using something like Linux, Mac OS, or using Windows, we're used to this kind of setup. It's very natural, very native. Again, you've got all the options on the left-hand side and a much more minimized setup. So we can open up products, for example. Again, we've now got another set of options. All the tabs that are relevant are still inside here. And you can still work inside here like any other kind of window you'd expect to see opening up any section of the normal WordPress dashboard. And also you can move everything around. You can also come back in, say tile all windows, and now we have 3 windows open. So you can see it's easy to start adding these things in. And you can close them down at any point should you want to. So you can close all these down and we can maximize this out, or we can just move it around. We can drag it out. We could just use it like a normal OS setup. You'll also notice we've got this little widget, which is our clock in the corner. We can add widgets in. Currently, there is only the clock widget, but again, it'd be quite cool to have things like your calendar, and you could connect this up to a calendar. There's lots of little use cases you may want to sort of do stuff like this. It's a little bit of fun. Then you've got the options down the bottom, which is kind of like your toolbar, where you've got access to the various different sort of plugins you've got on your site. So, for example, if you wanted to open up WooCommerce, you could click here. Same thing goes if you want to open up something like Fluent Forms. So you know you have your Fluent Forms, again, all your tabs across the top, everything you'd expect inside the normal WordPress setup. So this is pretty cool. I like the look of this. This is quite nifty. If we come down, we've got some OS settings, so you can customize the look of this if you want to. So you can change your background colors, customize the gradient, adjust the angle, have a bit of fun with that. Have an animated Windows logo, so if we close this down, we have a funky little WordPress logo we can have a play about with if we've got nothing to do in work. Change your colors over. You can upload your own images and things here. You can set your accent colors that you want to use. Set your doc size. Your media library, so you can upload images directly inside here should you want to. You've also got AI settings, so you can add AI integration. You can add it in for just the admins, or you can add it kind of global, so any user that uses this can actually access it. Then you've got some extended options, so enable drag and drop in the media library. And there's some help here as well. It'll give you some more information about the components and so on. So lots of pretty nifty little things inside here to customize how this all works. Let's set this as something a bit more interesting, and we close this down. So obviously, if you connect up your AI, then you've got the AI assistant available to you inside here, which you can ask it to do various different things and see how this all works. Typical kind of thing you'd have as an AI assistant. But again, quite cool. This is integrated directly inside here. But all in all, I think this is quite a fun little way of updating the way in which the operating system or the way in which WordPress actually works. It's a much more fun dashboard. Lots of really usable little kind of features inside there. If you don't want to have multiple tabs open or multiple browsers open, you could do it all inside your browser, all in a kind of native environment. But what do you think? Have you seen this before? Is this kind of completely new to you? You're going to try this out for yourself? Let me know down below in the comment section, because I'd love to know what you think. And well done, Nick, for actually coming up with something completely different to what we normally expect when we talk about updating the WordPress dashboard. As always, all applicable links are in the description down below. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.